What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. First of all, I want to apologize for being away for so long. There were some things I had to take care of. I had to go through a couple things in my personal life and figure out exactly where I wanted to be. But nonetheless, we are back, and we're back with a new game. Now, this is a game, obviously, everyone has heard about it, Project Cars. This is a game that I've been wanting to play for a really long time. But I've kind of shied away from it simply because I can't use the steering wheel, so I was, kind of nervous as to whether or not I'd be able to play it. But it was free last month, and I figured that I'd go ahead and give it a go. And let's just say that it is absolutely one of my favorite games as of the moment. I haven't gone back to Forza in a long time because of this game. Anyway, as I mentioned, I am on the controller, so I'm going to run through real quick and just show you my controller's settings, if I can figure out how to do it. Okay, yes. So I'm just going to come through here, and I'm going to show you what I've got going on. These are all of the settings that I use for the controller, and they seem to work really, really well. And the force feedback, that's just kind of like the vibration scale, how much it vibrates, and it actually is really useful in this game, and is quite amazing. So yes. And also, I want to come down here and say that if you guys are on a controller, before you mess with any of this stuff above, before you mess with any of this, the throttle sensitivity, the brake sensitivities, all of that, before you mess with any of that, you need to put this into controller input mode 3. That needs to be the very first thing that you do, because it acts differently. I don't know, the settings are a little weird. So just make sure that you guys do that first. But yeah, nonetheless, Project Cars is a hyper-realistic racing game, and like I said, it was one of those games that I kind of shied away from. I shied away from for a really long time. And I've been playing a lot of it for about the past almost a month now, I believe. And yeah, I figured that what we do, we just kind of jump in. I kind of show you guys a really fun car to drive just to start off with is the RUF GT3, essentially a Porsche 911. That's exactly what this is. 505 horsepower, and it's not too difficult to drive. We're going to race at Nürburgring, and, well, I'll say race. We're essentially just going to be going hot lapping. But, yeah, so, yeah, I'm going to introduce you guys to the game and let you guys kind of see the differences between this and Forza. Okay, so we're here on the racetrack. Everything's been fully loaded, and the first thing that I want to point out about this game is that I love the fact that it actually starts you in the pits. Now, this car, I've gone around and I've thrown on a little bit of a tune just to make it a little bit more drivable, but the first thing that you have to realize about this game, if you guys are like me and are coming from Forza, the first thing that you have to notice is that you cannot drive anywhere near as hard as you would. The reason being is because you really have to worry about the bumps. You have to worry about you have to worry about bumps. You have to worry about locking the brakes up. And if you guys are on a controller, it is really, really difficult to correct oversteering. Now, it's not impossible, but it is absolutely insanely difficult to correct oversteering. So you really can't drive to your max extent. You can't drive 100% of the time. However, I do want to say that it's really not that difficult to play on a controller. Now, as I said, I kind of shied away from it simply because the last time I played this, which was like a year and a half ago, I rented it, and it was impossible. But I guess between then and now, they've released a patch that made it just a little bit more bearable on the controller, and it really isn't that bad. It is difficult. Like I said, it's not going to transfer very well to Forza physics because it's so much better. At least I think so. And yeah, but yeah, it's not that bad. It's not too difficult. And once you kind of get into the mindset of kind of watching what you do with your throttle inputs, with your braking inputs, the steering inputs, it's really not that difficult at all. Now, there are some corners that, especially on certain racetracks, Nürburgring being one of them, that are still very tricky. Now, I want to make sure I can slow down. That is a really tricky corner if you're not really ready for it. But it's like that in any game, really. But yeah, there are a lot of tricky corners on this racetrack simply because if you're coming from Forza over to Project Cars, there's a lot of bumps that aren't existent in Forza. So you don't really know whether or not they're there. So you kind of have to learn by trial and error. And it can make the learning process a little frustrating. I will admit, I'll be the first to admit that I have wrecked a whole bunch of times on this game trying to drive the shit out of a car and overextending my leg just a little bit. But that being said, once you get everything down and once you kind of learn where the bumps are and once you learn what you can and can't do with a specific car, it's not that difficult. Now I know I've been saying that this entire video that it's really not that difficult, and the reason why I'm reiterating that, I can English, I promise. As you guys can see, not very much things have changed with me in terms of speaking mannerisms. But yeah, you know, the reason why I keep reiterating that is because I don't want you guys to feel discouraged if you guys don't have a steering wheel, or like me, don't have the physical ability to use a steering wheel. Yeah, it's not too difficult. It really isn't. And, you know, from a video gamer, from a, I guess I should just say gamer standpoint, as a disabled gamer, you know, I really wish that companies would kind of take into consideration other people's abilities and disabilities and, you know, their functions of their own body and what they can and can't do. Now, I understand that there are going to be some instances in case of Project Cars and in terms of, I'm sure, Assetto Corsa, even though I've never played that. You know, I know that those are more simulator-based games, and that's all fine and good, but, you know, I know that us disabled people, if I'm allowed to say that and generalize for a moment, we still enjoy playing these types of games. And I like the fact that Project Cars, and, you know, I don't know, obviously, I think the reason why they released the patch is because they understand that not everybody can afford a steering wheel. I'm sure that was the mindset. Ooh, we got a little bit of oversteer right there. I'm kind of lucky we caught that. But yeah, you know, I understand that they probably understood that not everybody could afford a steering wheel, which is all fine and good, but it's just, I wish game developers would kind of take into consideration, you know, disabilities and the fact that not everyone can use a steering wheel, if that makes sense. I don't know, I digress. I'm just kind of going on a little bit of a rant right here. But yeah, as you guys can see, and I don't remember what we were talking about before I went on that little rant, so I do apologize if I'm kind of all over the place. It's been a while since I've recorded. But yeah, as you can see, you know, Nürburgring is almost as you would imagine. It's really cool kind of coming over here from different racing games and seeing how Nürburgring translates to over different, does it make sense? To different racing games. It's really cool to see how these things, you know, how they change, how they remain the same. Oh, I got a little bit of oversteer, and we bend it. Yep, that happens. That's what I mean by it's really hard to correct oversteer. It just kind of happens. But that's my fault. I was kind of steering a little bit too much over the bumps, and that happens a lot. But, yeah, you know, it's really cool to see the translations of Nürburgring over the course of different games. And this is exactly as you'd expect. You know, bumpy, it's difficult, it's tough. But the GT3 car, especially in particular this RUF, is really difficult, or not difficult, really easy to drive. It's really easy to manipulate. It's really, really predictable, which is great in a car, in any kind of car, really. But, yeah, you know, it's really easy to drive. You have to be really careful over some of these curves. You know, it's, like I said, coming over here from Forza, there's a lot of bumps that you don't realize are actually here on Nürburgring. Now, I didn't have, and I say this, I don't mean this to sound snobby or whatever, I didn't have a massively difficult time learning Nürburgring on this game, because I am kind of a Nürburgring nerd, and anything to do with Nürburgring, I know a lot about Nürburgring, let's just say that, so I know where a lot of these bumps are already, and hopefully maybe one day I'll be able to go around Nürburgring in real life. Anyway, yeah, you know, you really have to pay attention. It's almost like learning a new track, but at the same time, it's very familiar, and as I've mentioned before, it can be very frustrating if you're brand new and you don't know exactly what to expect. However, that being said, I'm having a pretty easy time right now talking and driving, which is kind of has always been a challenge for me. You know, I've always had a hard time focusing on one thing and trying to put together cohesive sentences, excuse me. Oh, I don't know what the hell just happened, but you ever have that moment where, like, you really have to burp, but you don't want to because you want to sound professional? Yeah, that pretty much just happened. But yeah, you know, I'm not really having a hard time concentrating and putting together a fairly decent lap. This has actually been a really good lap, except for the fact that we spun going down the downhill fourth gear section. But yeah, you know, it's really not that difficult, and this is such a beautiful game, and it's so much fun. As I've mentioned at the very beginning of the video, I haven't played Forza Motorsport 6, I should say, in a very long time, simply because I've had that hot lapping bug. And if I'm going to hot lap, hell, I'm going to do it on this game. It's so much more involving. I'd be really careful there. You can see the car bouncing around a lot. This is a really tricky part of the corner track too, because coming right here is a really big dip. And if you get just a little bit too wide over the dip, the car is going to spin. It doesn't matter what the hell you're driving. But yeah, you know, I've spent a lot of time hot lapping on this game, simply because there's a lot more to think about. There's a lot more that you actually have to consider, especially when it comes to tuning a car. Oh my Jesus, I've spent, oh man, hours and hours and hours just tuning this car for this track, because you know, you want it to be just right. You want it to be perfect. And in this game, tuning, it can be a little overwhelming. It can be a little new if you guys don't know some of the units that they're using, which was kind of my case. I didn't quite understand everything that was going on. I kind of bitched out right there, went a little bit too slow, but I'd rather go too slow in this game than too fast, because that's a really good way to ruin your tires. But yeah, you know, it's fun to tune in this game, and you can really feel the differences to everything that you do to the car. Now, I've changed up my tuning style a little bit. I used to be really neutral, especially in Forza. You know, like I'd have my ride height even all the way around, and you know, it just kind of depends. I'd run a little bit more camber in the rear, and this car, you know, or not in this car, but in this game, especially with cars like the GT3s, where you have rear aero when you have, you know, downforce, so you have to take in consideration. Actually, I drive, blah 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 blah. I'm losing my sentence. Sorry, I was kind of focusing on my gears and kind of lost track of what I was talking about. But yeah, I drive with the rear ride height ever so slightly higher, so that I can get more downforce to the rear. In this game, you really feel that, and it's really cool. And physics-wise, tuning-wise, this game is by far my favorite. Absolutely my favorite. Now, occasionally, I will go back and play Horizon 3 every now and then, especially if I want to drift. But this game, that is not a thing. Drifting in this game cannot happen. And if there are some people who can do it, oh, please get turned in. I know there are some people who can do it. To those of you that can, you are gods. You are definitely gods among the Project Cars players. But oh, lock the brakes up, easy, easy, easy. Kind of relax over the curves. There we go. Get the car to settle down. Take care of the car. Take care of you. It's kind of a relationship thing, you know. Be nice to the car. Be nice to you. Show the car some love. It'll show you some love. That kind of thing. But yeah, you know, this car really, or this not this car. This game is just overall. Oh, I might be going a little bit too fast right there. Oh, I don't know how the hell we did it, but we somehow managed to get slowed down just barely enough to get around that corner. That was pretty awesome. I did absolutely miss my braking point. Then I slammed the gas, or not the gas, slammed the brakes, and they just instantly locked up, which was kind of a pain. Sorry about that, guys. My granny came over and visited for a little while, so I figured I'd go talk to her for a bit. Anyway, I'm sorry about that really awkward cut. I don't remember what I was talking about, really. I think I was talking about tuning and how much fun it is on this game, which is not an overstatement whatsoever. Please get stopped. Wow. Man, you can see right there, I don't know if you guys can see it, but the car was bouncing around a lot. And if you're trying to get into the brakes while the car is bouncing, good luck getting it stopped. That's all I'm gonna say. But, yeah, you know, okay, sorry, I gotta get really quiet. I have to focus on the carousel. But yeah, you know, tuning in this game, it's absolutely the most in-depth. It's probably one of the most confusing if you don't really know what you're doing kind of thing. Yeah, it's really awesome. I really enjoy it. If you guys don't know what you're doing, it's really frustrating. And you're like, man, you know you can get more out of a car, you just don't know what you're doing. Which I will be going into a tuning series here before too long, now that I'm officially back on YouTube. Yeah, again, I'm sorry about that, guys. I was... yeah, I had to sort some things out personally, which I know I said that, but still. There we go, much better. We didn't spin this time around. But yeah, you know, so we've talked about tuning, we've talked about the bumps, talked about the tracks, we've talked about how beautiful Nürburgring is, which is absolutely the truth, especially on this game. Now I want to talk about the cars. So it doesn't have the most extensive car list. I think it's got maybe 30 to 40 cars, maybe 50, I don't quite know. I actually haven't gone through and counted myself, but it's got, I mean, it's got a decent amount for what it is. It's not the, you know, the 200, 300 that we have in Forza, but you kind of have to expect that, being the kind of type of game that it is. And there is no upgrading, so if you guys don't like that, that is not a thing. So just a little bit of fair warning. But yeah, the cars that it's got GT3, and this is before they really had many licenses to cars, so they call them like, I don't remember exactly what they call these cars, but they're not called GT3s. And if they are, I'm kind of surprised. I can't really remember off the top of my head. But yeah, so the car list, it's not extensive, but it's really diverse. You've got a really good amount of road cars. You've got some track cars, you've got GT3 cars like we're driving. You've got some like sports cars, you've got a couple of hypercars. You've got the McLaren P1 and the McLaren F1, I believe, is in the game also. And you got a couple of other really cool supercars as well, which is really, really cool. You know, they each drive differently, I should say. And kind of as you would expect, you know, if you're driving a rear engine car, like the street version of this car that we're driving now, is really oversteery in the brakes. And that's kind of expected from a rear engine car. And as soon as that rear end gets away, it's just going to keep going. So yeah, you know, you actually have to take the time, you have to learn how to drive each different car. I think my favorite car as of right now, and I can't remember exactly what they're called, the old DTM touring cars. They're in here, you know, you've got like the 190E, you've got the Sierra Cosworth, and the BMW M3, which is a really, really awesome group of cars to drive. They're probably among my favorite. Then you've got some Group 5 cars, which are really, really fun to drive. Absolutely crazy. Talk about turbo cars, man. That is my best lap I've done on this track in this car. So maybe I need to start talking and driving at the same time. Maybe I need to start doing that more often. But yeah, you know, you've got a really good amount of car lists. You got a fairly diverse amount of cars, which is really, really great for this kind of game. And yeah, you know, like I said, they each drive differently, which is really cool. You know, you've got V8 supercars, which I'm just now kind of getting into, which are fucking crazy. The amount of grip that those things have, and the ability that they have to hop over curbs, I should say, not curves, not with a V, with a B. Yeah, the ability that they have to hop over curbs is fucking gnarly. But yeah, you know, this game overall is just, it's one of those games that I can play for absolutely hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. So yeah, you know, I really don't know what else to talk about. You know, I've talked about just about everything. We got nice and slowed down right there. That was wonderful. I probably could have gone down a second there, but I didn't really think about it. I was kind of on autopilot there for a couple of milliseconds. But yeah, I don't really know what else there is to talk about. There's a really good track selection. You've got Monaco. You've got Donington, which is fucking wonderful. I'm so glad that I finally have the ability to drive around Monaco. You've got kind of a Suzuka spin-off called Sakaido, I think. And that's on here. That's really, it's an okay track. I would much rather actually have Suzuka. But, you know, whatever. I guess they didn't get the license to that track, which is completely understandable. Yeah, the track list is pretty good. Yep, we're dead. We died. Okay, well, I think that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys enjoyed seeing Project Cars, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you guys are new, of course, subscribe. We are really close to the 100 subscriber mark, which would be absolutely fucking awesome if we could get it, especially soon. But, yeah, again, I want to take a moment and just apologize again for not being here for a very long time. I think it's been, what, 2 months since I've last uploaded? Oh, yep, I knew that was going to happen. Felt the rear end go light and just kind of, yeah. Anyway, I do want to apologize. I think it's been like 2 months And, you know, I'm in the midst of getting a new wheelchair. That's a really annoying process. Anyway, guys, that's it from me. That's it from Project Cars. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button. If you're new, subscribe. You guys can find my Facebook and my Twitter in the description box below. You guys can follow me there, and we can chat amongst other things, if that makes sense. We can chat about things. That's what I'm trying to say. And, yeah, so that's it from me, guys. I will see you guys next time.